Well, here we have a grapefruit, the largest of the citrus, standing a long time on this site, certainly 75, 80 years old, maybe more. It was damaged by the failure of an Acacia Melanoxylon right next to it. Big trunk came down, snapped off about 5 major limbs, and so we're recutting and treating these wounds to try to give this tree a future. So regrettably, this injury was not able to be prevented. It was unknown how weak the acacia was right next to it. But with mighty winds, the failure occurred, came down and tore out some very primary important structural limbs out of this tree. This could even be said to be death injuries. So we're not sure about that yet. We're going to treat all the wounds, we're going to recut some of them, and just see if the tree is going to have a good response. Big cuts are very difficult for citrus trees to heal, and tear-out injuries are even worse. This tear-out is about a foot long, and from 3 inches wide down to 2 inches down to 1 inch wide, a very, very long injury, very difficult for the tree to cope with an injury like this. If it does close, this would take decades, not just years, but decades to close. It may never close. So we want to slow down the decay process, slow down the possibility of catastrophic emboli. We don't want the tree to get a gasp of air in the vascular system. So we've painted this end grain with our compound, our orange rind oil and beeswax, and we've cleaned the wound up. These are very serious injuries. These could even be said to be death wounds. If there were one wound like this on the tree, it would be bad enough, but there's about 5 from the failure of the acacia. So if this failure could have been predicted, it could have been removed before coming down and damaging the valuable landscape orchard tree. So this is where we find the tree in the condition that we have now. We're going to track our wound and see how the tree copes with it.